This lady came to the UK with a full-time pregnancy from Ghana on a visit visa. She spoke to me prior to coming. I advised her against it, but she still came. I told her, your child is not going to get automatic British citizenship because you're coming to give birth here. So do not, rather go somewhere else. Maybe she thought I was lying. She came here, she gave birth. Obviously, the child did not get automatic British citizenship. And guess what? Now she was asked to pay for the delivery, the hospital bill, because you are on a visit visa and you're not entitled to free NHS or free healthcare. And guess what happened? As she was still trying to sort out her issue, blah, 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 she overstayed. Her 6 months was due. She was still here because she had family here. So now you become an illegal immigrant. Your child did not get automatic British citizenship, and now you're being asked to foot your NHS bill. Why put yourself in this stress when you could have easily gone to somewhere else, another good country where your child was going to get automatic citizenship? I mean, I get it. You want to help your child. You want your child to get a passport that is strong, a passport that allows your child to be able to travel visa-free to so many countries in the future without any hassle. In today's video, I'm going to share countries that allow you to get automatic citizenship once you give birth in that country, and then countries that would also allow you, but based on other conditions. If you are interested, stay tuned. Stop that. So hello guys, welcome once again to my channel. My name is Nanelle Griselda. So on this channel I talk about nursing, I talk about migration, I talk about life in the UK as an immigrant in general, and opportunities for people to relocate abroad. So if these are topics that interest you, kindly consider subscribing. When it comes to how newborn babies acquire citizenship, there are basically two main ways. We have right of blood and right of soil. With the right of soil, it's also referred to as jus soli. I don't know if I'm saying it right. And then with the right of blood, it's also known as jus sanguinis. With the right of blood, it is based on the citizenship of the parents. It's like the child is inheriting the citizenship of the parent. And countries that use the right of blood system, they don't give you citizenship, or they don't give the newborn baby citizenship because you gave birth there. Rather, the parent should have citizenship before the child can get citizenship. And then we also have the right of soil, where based on the place you gave birth, the child automatically gets citizenship of that country. So countries that have this system are what you should be looking at, not the ones that operate with the right of blood. You have to look for the ones that operate with the right of soil, also known as the jus soli. So with the right of soil, those ones, they will give your child automatic citizenship because you gave birth to the child on that soil. Hope you understand. So now let's look at some few popular countries. Basically, let's talk about the UK. I gave birth to my child in July of 2021. My child was not given automatic British citizenship. He got a British or a UK birth certificate, but he still was traveling on a Ghanaian passport. Ghana gave him citizenship because his parents are Ghanaians, and he was not entitled to any British passport until just recently, when one of my child's parents, aka myself, became a permanent resident in the UK. The UK operates the right of blood. With the UK, there are several other ways, and I'll just briefly mention it. With the UK, a newborn child can be given British citizenship if at least one of the child's parents has British citizenship, or one of the child's parent has settled status or permanent residency in the UK, or after the child's birth, one parent became permanent resident or became a citizen. As well, there are certain people who were born in the UK at the time of their birth, they were not eligible to be British citizens. After a while, you're also entitled to apply under the long residence rule, and then they can also get British citizenship. And then we also have the children of people who have served in the British Armed Forces also being eligible to apply. So there are certain rules governing it. And there are other countries that operate the right of blood, where if you meet certain conditions after your birth, you can now apply for citizenship of that country. And let me mention a few. Germany applies the principle of citizenship by birth as follows. Citizenship by right of blood is obtained by children who are born to parents who are married and one of them is a German citizen, or you gave birth out of wedlock and their mother is a German citizen, or out of wedlock and their father is a German citizen, provided that he acknowledges paternity of the child. Citizenship by right of soil is only granted to a child born in Germany and at least one parent of the child has lived there for more than 8 years. German citizenship is also granted to the children of Swiss citizens or Swiss residents. With Germany, they can only give you automatic citizenship if at least one parent has lived in Germany for at least 8 years. Other than that, you're going to get it if one of your parents is a citizen, either your mother or your father, if you're born out of wedlock, blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about Ireland. First of all, Ireland does not operate the just soil. So with Ireland, you do not get automatic citizenship because you gave birth there. So do not get a visit visa to Ireland whilst pregnant because you think when you give birth there, your child is going to get automatic citizenship. It doesn't work like that. However, if both parents are Irish citizens or have lived in Ireland for 3 out of 4 years before the birth of the child, for example, based on permanent residence, your child is eligible for getting Irish citizenship. Irish citizenship is also given to children of British citizens and those who have the right to live in Northern Ireland. So for instance, I live in Northern Ireland. If I had given birth to my child after my 3rd year living in Northern Ireland, he was qualified to get an Irish passport. But I gave birth to him before my 3-year mark in Northern Ireland. So he also qualifies. So with Irish passports or citizenship, the parents should have at least lived in Ireland or Northern Ireland at least 3 years prior to the birth of the child, or they should be Irish citizens. Anyway, this video is proudly sponsored by TRANSFERGO. TRANSFERGO, for those of you who are hearing it for the first time, is an international money transfer app that allows you to send money from EU to many African countries. You can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, and several other African countries. TRANSFERGO is rated the best financial app on Trustpilot, and with TRANSFERGO, in at most 30 minutes, the person is going to get the money you're sending. Yes, all you need to do is just use the link in the description or just download TRANSFERGO app. And remember to use my referral link, okay? And you can also generate your own referral link and then make some extra cash whenever people use your link to transfer money. TRANSFERGO is rated by the UK Financial Conduct Authority, so you can trust that this is a legit way of transferring money. You don't have to be afraid of losing your money. No. So with TRANSFERGO, you can actually send money to Nigerian bank account or USD bank account in Nigeria 24/7. And if you have any issues whatsoever, customer support team is willing to assist you whatsoever, whatever time it is. Remember, with TRANSFERGO, there are no hidden charges and they are trusted by 4 million plus users worldwide. Hey, which better offer than this? Thank you so much, TRANSFERGO. So what about Spain? Spain as well, they do not give automatic citizenship because she gave birth there. However, they recognize the right of soil only if both parents are stateless. That means both parents do not have any citizenship, or the parents are unknown, or if both parents are not able to transfer their citizenship to their child based on where they are from, then they'll consider and give that child a Spanish citizenship. Other than that, if neither of the parents has a Spanish citizenship or Spanish passport, the child would have to live in Spain for at least 1 year after being born in Spain to be eligible to get a Spanish passport. And at the same time, the child's parents must also live in the country for a year before they give the child the passport. What about Portugal? So with Portugal, a child can be granted Portuguese citizenship if at least one of their parents is a Portuguese citizen. Children of foreigners can become citizens only if they were born in the country and at least one parent lived in Portugal for a year before the birth of the child. With most countries, you realize that they do the jus sanguinis, or the right of blood, where they grant you citizenship if your parents are citizens or if your parents are permanent residents. Other than that, either you should have lived there for a certain period of time before the birth, or after you give birth there, you should have stayed there for a certain period of time before they grant you. And obviously, you cannot achieve some of these requirements on a visit visa. So if you go and give birth there, let's say you got a 6-month visit visa to, let's say, Portugal, or let's say Spain, and they are saying that if you are able to live there for 1 year after the child is born, they can grant you and the child, they can grant the child citizenship, and you're on a visit visa, you're not even legally required to be there after a few months. How do you obtain this? So it costs 90. You missed the point. We're not able to achieve your goal. However, there are certain countries that just by the mere fact that you gave birth in their territory, your child will get automatic citizenship, and I'll come to those ones very soon. Now let's look at France. France has very strict rules for citizenship with regards to children of foreigners. Citizenship is not granted at birth, and the residency requirements depend on the age of the child. So with France as well, at least one parent should have been born in France. If both parents are foreigners, the child can acquire citizenship from the age of 13 based on other certain requirements. With Australia, they'll give you citizenship if at least one parent has permanent residency in Australia, or if the child lives up to the age of 10 in Australia. And with New Zealand, if the child cannot obtain another citizenship or at least one parent has permanent residency in New Zealand or Australia, you qualify to get a New Zealand passport for your child as well. You see, these are very popular countries and they all have certain conditions attached, even after you have given birth to the child in that country, before they will grant your child a passport of that country. But then let's look at the countries where there's no hassle, there's no tussle. And sometimes, even if you give birth to the child on the plane, so far as the plane was in the airspace territory of that country, your child qualifies to get passport of that country. What are some of these countries? The US, Canada, Mexico, Antigua and Barbuda, Argentina, Barbados, Tanzania, Jamaica, St. Vincent, Tuvalu, Guyana, El Salvador, Brazil, Cuba, Dominica, Panama, Paraguay, Peru. I'll leave all these countries on the screen so you can see. When it comes to the popular countries that offer this, it's the United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. With them, they operate what we call right of soil or just solely. So far as she gave birth in their territory, on their land, so far as the plane was in their airspace, it is automatic. Your child is going to get citizenship of that country. So with the US, the right of citizenship by birth is enshrined in their 14th Amendment to the US Constitution, which has been in effect since 1868. So when a woman gives birth to a child in an American hospital, she receives a certificate. Based on this certificate, a birth certificate will be issued and then a passport in the name of the child. In the future, tax returns must also be filed annually on behalf of the child in the United States, and taxes are paid based on citizenship and not tax residency. And the good thing about this US one is that once the child turns 21, they'll be able to apply for American citizenship for their parents based on family reunification. So with Canada as well, your child would get citizenship after birth, and with Mexico as well. However, with Canada and the US, the parents are not eligible to apply for citizenship themselves just because they've given birth there. However, with Mexico, after you give birth there, your child gets automatic citizenship, and then after you as a parent also lives there for a year, you're eligible to apply for a Mexican passport after you have passed their language exams and all of that and certain exams and requirements. You're also eligible to apply for citizenship. That's great, isn't it? Before you travel anywhere on a visit visa to give birth, look at all these things first. It's true that people are taking advantage of this and abusing it. I do not recommend that. I mean, you can give birth to your own country, and if you have the right documents, you have the right information, your child can still be able to travel to these countries anytime in the future without any hassle, other countries in the future without any hassle. But if you are thinking of this, or if you are in a country at any point in time and you're thinking of these things, consider all these factors first before you give birth. Shout outs to Mexico, shout outs to Canada, shout outs to the US. There's a reason why US is US. If you benefited from this video, let me know in the comment section, and let me know what country's passport you have and how you acquired it in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.